Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
And play our baseball.
How about this turnaround? What was it like?
You know, probably tough for everybody, but I think we're all feeling good. You know, it's a day game at Wrigley, so it can't be too bad.
What's the feeling right now among this team? Just some tough, close losses.
I mean, we're right there. I think everybody's been doing their job. You know, I think we're just close to piecing it together. I think the vibes are good. Yeah, we're all enjoying being around each other, and I think, you know, we're going to continue to keep playing for each other, and stuff's going to fall into place.
Doing your job, part of that for you is defense. You make it look easy out there. What are you most happy with right now since coming back up?
I don't know. I don't think I have anything for that one. I think I'm still looking to you know, pick it up a little bit. So you know, those plays last night were nice to make, but expected. You know, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm here to do. So I'm still just looking to pick it up a little bit in the box and try and produce a little bit more.
So it feels like offensively you're more looking right now at your game where you want to improve.
Absolutely. You know, if we're talking about improvements, the throwing game, I think for me, I got to get my throws on point from a defensive side of things. But yeah, offensively, you know, I'm looking to pick it up here.
What feels different though this time offensively?
Nothing. I think it's just baseball. You know, I think I'm still swinging at good pitches. I'm still swinging I'm still staying, you know, true to my plan, and I'm not really deviating from that. But you know, I got to put more balls in play and make stuff happen with my feet. So.
I remember in spring training you had mentioned the mental side. That's really a big part of it this year. How do you feel you're coming along with that? What progressions have you made?
We're getting there. I think a lot of it's just, you know, about getting your legs underneath you and feeling comfortable at this level. And I think I'm there. I think I'm still taking steps to really unlocking, you know, the true version of myself on a baseball field and being able to give that to everybody here.
PCA, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always appreciate the insight and honesty from PCA. Today through Sunday, the 50-50 raffle will have a guaranteed jackpot of $50,000. Fans in Illinois can purchase tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of Sunday's game at cubs.com/raffle or from a Wrigley Field raffle ambassador through the 8th inning of each game. Coming up on The Score and the Cubs radio network, we'll hear from manager Craig Counsell what he has to say about this Cubs offense.
Cub fans, Cody Bellinger here. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
Circling for parking? Visit SpotHero.com or download the app to find and book parking ahead of time. Spot Hero is a proud partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Use promo code CUBS10 for 10% off your first reservation. Spot Hero, where'd you park?
Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your best swing. Log into your BetMGM sports account, then visit your promotions section to access the free-to-play game. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Illinois only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary depending on market and expire 24 hours from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB2 53342 in partnership with Paradise Hotel Casino.
Roofers and Waterproofers Local 11 provides exceptional service in all facets of the roofing and waterproofing industry.
Now it's time for Who Can It Be? We're going to show you a childhood photo of a big leaguer. Can you guess who it is?
And here's another one I believe went off the scoreboard. If you miss in the middle of the plate with Max Muncy, he's good. Look at that level swing right there. And he's a hitter. But what I love, watch him drop. What he does is he moves his hands and he loads into the back leg. Here you see the knob facing the catcher, which I really love because that's the power position for any power hitter.
Cardinals.
Anticipation to see what...
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In Game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
So back to the top of the order. Here's Acuna. He sends this to straightaway center field, and you can kiss this baby goodbye. Long gone. Ronald Acuna Jr. gives Atlanta a 1-0 lead. 461 feet.
That ball was timed up perfectly. He put a swing on this thing and drilled this ball to dead center. And when he's going well, that's what we're used to seeing from Ronald.
Hey, Jordan hits one high, hits one deep. In Mexico, it's gone for a 2-run home run. The big man makes it a 3-2 game as he crushes one to right center. And an infield hit, and Jordan drills one deep to center field. Oh my goodness, Jordan with a multi-home run game.
First home run, 461 feet. That home run, 461 feet.
Come on.
And now Julio has a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th.
Coming up, we are wrapping up. You're listening to The Score in the Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
It's the bottom of the ninth. The game's on the line, and your small business needs a loan. Fast. What's your move? Go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. With OnDeck, you can apply in minutes, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Go to OnDeck.com. Your loan is on deck.
Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank, member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
Hi, this is Dave Musial, owner of Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. If you have a clogged toilet or sink, problem with your air conditioner, have an issue with your electrical system, or you need a generator for your home, you can count on Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, Chicagoland's trusted local expert for over 50 years, with over 20,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
If you are drowning with $25,000, $50,000, even $100,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt, listen to the following reviews people just like you are giving accredited debt relief and why you should make the call.
I'm glad I made that call. I feel like I can finally breathe again.
In one afternoon, several tons of financial stress vanished.
I truly felt like I was talking to a friend.
Well, I feel like I did business with a guardian angel. I literally cried. Thank you for saving my life.
Imagine feeling that kind of relief. It can happen. Make the call. Learn how much they can save you. There's no pressure, no obligation, just a call. Accredited Debt Relief has helped over 300,000 qualified consumers pay off over $1 billion in debt, earning an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. They are the debt solution experts, so see how much they can save you. Just dial pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword financial freedom. Again, dial pound 250 and say financial freedom. That's pound 250 and say financial freedom. Program and services not available in all states.
Meet the all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. 12 bars and restaurants, 3,000 slot machines, table games, sports betting, and more. Light up your senses at Potawatomi. Explore more at paysbig.com.
We're getting ready to wrap things up here on the Cubs Radio pregame show, but before we do that, we're going to pause for this rendition of the national anthem from Wayne Messmer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly...
There it is! 2000! A milestone moment
for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Anticipation to see what...
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet. Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
In this sea of Yankee fans.
That one is drill. A Judgian blast.
That is absolutely crushed.
Judge has done it again. Santa Maria. It is going to be caught by Judge. How about that?
So much fun to watch.
And there he is. Can you guess who was hitting in this iconic moment in Texas Rangers history?
Sends on the other way. That sends Carroll back. He's at the wall. And the legend grows. Wins game 1.
Let's take another look.
Sends on the other way. That sends Carroll back. He's at the wall. And the legend grows. Wins game 1.
The answer is Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia sends on the other way. That sends Carroll back. He's at the wall. And the legend grows. Adolis Garcia wins game 1. The Rangers tie it in the 9th on a Seager home run. They win.
For treatment is the most important decision you can make for your experience, options, and outcomes. UChicago Medicine is the #1 ranked cancer center in all Illinois, a testament to their unwavering commitment to excellence. 20 locations for cancer care across Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. Learn more at uchicagomedicine.org/neverwonder.
Because you want to hear bacon and eggs on your outdoor griddle, not the scraping of rust. Introducing the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle. Stays ready, not rusty, with a carbon steel cooktop, pre-seasoned and ready to cook on right out of the box. The Weber Slate heats evenly edge to edge up to 500 degrees. All you'll hear is the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Slate Rust-Resistant Griddle just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
Hefty Trash Bags, the official trash bags.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Left field, oh, that's trouble. Pro Armstrong scores. Magical green light. De La Cruz relay. It's there. He is out. Hurtubise and De La Cruz cut him down at the plate. The batter runner Suzuki to third, 2 outs, and the lead preserved at 1.
Ellie De La Cruz, he's going to fire a rocket to home. That runner will be out by a long shot.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
Libera tu espíritu ganador. Apuestas deportivas y cientos de juegos de casino. Disfruta de pagos en minutos, una plataforma segura y atención personalizada en todo momento. Pronostica, diviértete y lleva tu pasión al siguiente nivel. Betcris.
Cubs Radio Network. Hey Cubs fans, it's Craig Counsell. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask LaFonte Insurance Services in Lombard if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Experience the new Genesis of Algonquin to see how every Genesis is meticulously designed and crafted for luxury. Visit genesisofalgonquin.com.
Cubs back home after a tough 7-game road trip to Cincinnati and Tampa Bay. Cubs went 2-5 on the trip, while St. Louis is coming off taking 2 of 3 at home against Pittsburgh. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat today. What a gorgeous afternoon here at Wrigley Field. Not a cloud in the sky, sunny. Temperature nearly 80 degrees, wind blowing in. The game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric, your trusted local experts. And Coom, the Cubs trying to bounce back after that rough road trip, their longest homestand of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be very good to be back home, and it is good to be back home. The team, got home late last night from a night game in Tampa, so, you hope that will not have an effect on the ball club. But, at the end of the day, every team has tough travel, and that's just the way Major League Baseball is. You got to find a way to score some runs. You got to get some big hits, and hopefully, as you talked about rivalry weekend with the Cardinals in town, the Cubs will swing the bats and score some runs and get back on track. I think some home cooking might be just the thing they need.
And some coffee. That's what got me going, as
today.
well as that fantastic rendition of the national anthem by Wayne Messmer. The national anthem sponsored by American Sail. Bring the fun home. We are ready for baseball, the opener of a 3-game set this weekend between the Cubs and the Cardinals. Jordan Wicks on the mound for the Cubs. The 24-year-old left-hander 1-2 with a 4.44 ERA. 6 games this season, 5 of them starts. But this is his first start since April 23rd. Masyn Winn, the Cardinals shortstop, at the plate. Wicks peers in, gets the sign from his catcher, Amaya, kicks and delivers. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Last time we saw Wicks on the mound over the weekend in Cincinnati, his first career relief appearance. Here's the 0-1. That's low for a ball. 1-1 the count with Winn at the plate.
Yeah, for Jordan, he coming back off the injured list, the Cubs elected to use him out of the pen. He threw 3 1/3 that day.
Winn swings and misses. Out in front of a change, 1-2.
And I think out of need, they needed him in the pen. And, to build his arm strength up to get in the rotation. We'll see how many pitches he throws today. I would assume that he would be somewhere around the 80 to 85 pitch mark. And some of that will be, how the game goes for him.
Winn swings and fouls one out of play. Second deck off to the right. Count remains 1-2.
I will say this. Counts was talking about Suzuki having some issues, with the oblique thing and the side issue and how good he was doing in spring. I would say Jordan Wicks was the same thing. He had a very good spring and then had the arm issue, and that was a big blow to the Cubs.
Winn pops it up. Foul territory off to the right. The first baseman, Bush, in front of the Cardinals dugout, makes the catch right near the railing for out number 1.
Good start for Wicks, a little inside fastball. He's going to end up throwing 93 or so miles an hour today. But excellent pitch on the inside corner to get Winn to pop that ball up to get the first out of the ball game. Speed Gun today, powered by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once.
I've heard that before.
And you'll hear it a lot today. You might even say it a few times.
It's true. Alec Burleson at the plate. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Foul territory off to the left. But this one is out of play. The catcher, Amaya, removed the mask. Started jogging toward the sidewall, but no play. 0-1 the count with Burleson at the plate. Defensively for the Cubs, so Amaya the catcher, Bush at first, Horner at second, the shortstop Swanson, Morel's at third. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch is swung on and missed by Burleson. Beautiful slider from Wicks, 0-2 the count. In the outfield from left to right, it's Happ, Talkman, and Suzuki. Bellinger is the designated hitter today. Second series of the season between the Cubs and Cardinals. They met in St. Louis earlier this season. Now the 0-2 by Wicks. Burleson fouls it out of play off to the left second deck. It did not go well for the Cubs. They dropped both games that were played. A third was rained out. Burleson on the year hitting at .273, 9 home runs, 24 RBIs. Wicks is ready. He delivers the pitch in the dirt, 1-2.
Might have tried to overthrow that last slider, trying to make the perfect pitch or the nastiest pitch he could throw. Just kind of spiked that one. For Wicks today, command is going to be very important to be able to spot his fastball in and out and up and down. He usually has very good command of the fastball. And when he does, it makes his slider and changeup a very effective pitch.
Now the 1-2. Another pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wicks missing with a slider.
Well, I thought today getting up, there wasn't a lot of wind when we were coming to the ballpark. And now we have seen that there's some haze over the Lake Michigan, which is only about a half mile away. And the wind has really picked up.
Ground ball to second. Routine play for Horner, who fields it and slings to first. 2 away.
Good pitch, little downward fastball from Wicks, and Burles just rolls over the top of it. So good start here. See if he can finish out this inning. Goldschmidt, when we were in St. Louis, we had come into that series really struggling and really could have found his stroke during that series. hit a couple big home runs in that series.
First pitch on the way to Paul Goldschmidt is ripped foul off the netting to the left. 0-1. Pull that fastball. Goldschmidt on the year, Coom, is hitting .226 now with 8 home runs, 27 RBIs.
Yeah, you see his name in my scorebook, and you write the numbers of what he's doing, and we're probably 40% of the season, has gone already. Just not used to seeing .226 with Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt lines one to left. It'll drop in front of Happ for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Goldschmidt and the Cardinals, and that'll bring up the cleanup man, Nolan Arenado.
And that's what you're accustomed to seeing. This guy has been a great hitter in the big leagues for a long time. And I think Wicks makes a mistake and throws a fastball in the middle of the plate up, but in the middle of the plate about belt high, and Goldschmidt didn't miss it. Hits a bullet to left.
So Arenado digs in with a man at first and 2 away, just underway. Top of the first here at Wrigley Field, the opener of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Cardinals. Wicks steals outside, ball 1. Scott Berry is the home plate umpire this afternoon. He's the crew chief. Paul Clemens at first, Carlos Torres at second, and the third base umpire is Ryan Wills. The 1-0. Arenado grounds one to third. Fielded on a belt-high hop by Morel. His throw to second in time for the force, and that ends the top half of the first inning. Middle 1. Cubs and Cardinals scoreless on the score.
And here's another one I believe went off the scoreboard. If you miss in the middle of the plate with Max Muncy, he's good. Look at that level swing right there. And he's a hitter. But what I love, watch him drop. What he does is he moves his hands and he loads into the back leg. Here you see the knob facing the catcher, which I really love because that's the power position for any power hitter.
center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball.
What hard workers deserve.
The Cubs leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Mike Talkman gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Getting set for the last of the first here at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Cardinals scoreless. Right-hander Kyle Gibson rocks back, high leg kick and pitch. And Talkman looks at a ball low and outside. 1-0 the count. Gibson on the year is 4-2 with a 3.76 ERA in 13 starts. He works on the third base side of the rubber. The 1-0. Check swing by Talkman. No swing and a pitch outside. 2-0 the count. Gibson, 36 years old. He's 6'6", 200 pounds. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. Talkman lines one to left for a base hit. So a good start for the Cubs to begin the ball game.
A good start for Michael, too, as he gets that base hit. He didn't chase a couple of those two-seamers down and one away, and then gets one above the knees, which is what you got to do against a sinker baller. And this ball fading away, didn't try to pull it, and shoots it the other way for a base knock.
So that'll bring up Christopher Morel, who's got 13 home runs and 40 RBIs. Powerful right-handed batter. A career 300 hitter against St. Louis. Gibson deals. His first pitch is in there for a strike. A cutter, 0-1. Gibson in his first year with the Cardinals. He was with Baltimore last year, went 15-9 with an ERA of nearly 5. The pitch. That's low. 1-1 the count. Last year with the Orioles, he pitched here at Wrigley Field. And Gibson went 6 innings, quality start, 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Talkman at first, no one out, the 1-1. Morel swings and hits one foul out of play off to the right, 1-2. But Gibson has been around a long time.
Yeah, he has. He's 36 years old, came up as a very highly touted starting pitcher for the Minnesota Twins years ago. Had some just health issues for the Twins.
That pitch is low, 1-2.
And then ended up, figuring it out and then bouncing around a little bit as a free agent pitcher. But, he is a guy that's kind of unique in our game now. It's more of a sinker slider guy. He's got all the pitches, but basically sinker slider.
Morel swings and misses. Strike 3, 1 away.
Well, that's the slider. It's, good pitch. And when you see the ball running one way, pitch after pitch after pitch, and then he drops the slider on you, and it's coming out of that same chute, and it's at the same level in the zone, and then all of a sudden it goes the other way. Christopher pulled off that one and ended up swinging over the top of it.
Cody Bellinger, an awkward-looking swing and miss at a sinking fastball, 0-1 the count. Bellinger, the designated hitter today, hitting at .267, 9 home runs, 32 RBIs. He was red hot on the just completed road trip, hitting at .323. He's riding a 5-game hitting streak. Now Bellinger calls time. Takes a couple of practice swings. Taps home plate with his tan bat and digs in. Upright stance from the left side against the right-hander Gibson. Talkman's at first, 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Wind blowing in. The pitch. A bouncing ball hit to second. It's fielded by Gorman. And the only play they'll get is to second. The force. So Talkman erased from the bases, and Bellinger is safe at first on a fielder's choice, 2 away.
Well, that's the thing. When you try to pull that two-seamer and it's away from you, that's exactly what the sinker ballers want. They want you to try to pull that sinker, and you end up rolling over the top of it and hooking a ground ball.
The cleanup man, Seiya Suzuki, stands in, and he looks at a ball up high from Gibson. The first inning is powered by Invesco QQQ. Tomorrow's innovation awaits with Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated. The 1-0. Suzuki hits a high fly ball to right. Angling toward the line is Burleson. Now racing toward the line. He makes a running catch short of the side track. The wind playing with that one. Out number 3. Bellinger stranded on the bases. After 1, scoreless at Wrigley. Cubs and Cardinals on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs talk.
Arena, needless to say, a lot of baseball talent. Oh, there's a drive! High and deep to left. Arena has hit it out.
Ask and you shall receive. Into Randyland and up to the Viva victory ledge. Tell you what, that was a no-doubter also. That wasn't one of those ones that hangs up.
445 feet for Randy Arozarena.
109. He did not miss a stitch.
That got out of here in a split second.
A milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now.
At Wrigley Field on kind of what's turning into a hazy day. And double plays turned by the Cubs, sponsored by Nissan. They make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today as that one. First pitch popped up, foul off to the right and way out of play.
By Nolan Gorman.
It was a gorgeous day here about an hour ago. I mean, bright blue sky, not a cloud in the sky, and we have gotten the haze from Lake Michigan has settled over Wrigley Field.
Gorman bounces one foul off to the right, quickly in the hole, 0-2.
This is kind of how my brain felt this morning about 7:30 before I went on with Mully and Haw.
A little foggy?
Yeah, before the coffee kicked in, I was in a haze. We got in late last night from Tampa.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the 0-2. That's up high to Gorman, 1-2. Everyone in the traveling party a little tired.
Yeah.
But that's the baseball life, right? You got to find a way.
It is what it is. You complain about it, it does you no good. You just play. That's all. Just come out, get ready, play a ball game.
Here's the 1-2 by Wicks. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Wicks gets Gorman with the slider, 1 away.
Well, after a couple good fastballs, and then you take something off the slider, and perfect location. We talked about location for Wicks and the importance of it. You make some good pitches with the heater, and then you throw an excellent pitch with the slider down and away. He gets the punch out. His first punch out of the ball game.
Ivan Herrera, the designated hitter, looks at a ball outside from Wicks, 1-0. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Top 2, 1 away. Wicks works his motion, the 1-0. Herrera looks at a strike on the outside corner. A rising fastball from Wicks, 1-1 the count. Cubs wearing their City Connect uniforms for the first time this season. Navy blue jerseys, navy blue pants. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And a change. Navy blue caps with the powder blue bills. Powder blue stripe on the side of the pants. The pitch. Herrera fouls it out of play off to the right.
I think of you talking at the Cubs using these, wearing the City Connect uniforms. But years ago, when I was a kid growing up here in Chicago, both the Cubs and the Cardinals had the powder blue unis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the old sans the belt, no belt, just the snaps. Oh, yeah. Those are the old back in the day.
1-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Wicks gets Herrera with a slow-moving curveball, 2 away.
Back-to-back punch-outs for Wicks and back-to-back punch-outs on breaking balls, and that's all set up by the fastball. This is an excellent hook, maybe a little more of a curveball break to this last pitch than the slider that he got Gorman with, but excellent pitch for the second out.
Dylan Carlson at the plate, right-handed batter. The lefty Wicks steals, and that pitch on the outside corner for a strike, a fastball, 0-1. Cardinals wearing traditional road gray uniforms, gray jerseys, gray pants. The birds on the bat logo on the front part of the jersey. Here's the pitch by Wicks. Check swing and a pitch low. No swing on appeal, says the first base umpire, Paul Clemens. By the way, the announcement of the umpires we gave you earlier, sponsored by Suits 2020 in Niles, the largest selection of wedding outfits for grooms and groomsmen. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. The pitch. That's high and outside. 2-1 now on Carlson. Red numerals and lettering on the back of the jersey for the Cardinals. Red batting helmets. Now the 2-1. Carlson lines one to left for a base hit.
Second hit of the ball game for the Cardinals. Goldschmidt, same thing, line drive to left for a base knock in the first. And now Carlson, who's been struggling, and he had some health issues this season, and struggling at 177. We know he's a much better hitter than that, and now all of a sudden the trainers, Craig Counsell coming to the mound, and this isn't good for Jordan Wicks.
And trainer Neil Ramp is on the mound having a conversation with Wicks. Remember, he had just come off the injured list on the road trip from a strained forearm. And Jordan Wicks is going to leave the game. He's walking back to the Cubs third base dugout alongside Craig Counsell and trainer Neil Ramp. So not good at all.
Don't like to speculate. He was holding his lower back on his left side. I'm not sure if that's the case. We know he had some arm issues with the forearm strain. It was not bad, and he was able to come back, but he is going to the clubhouse.
So the Cubs forced to make a pitching change here, and whoever comes in is going to get as much time as he needs to get ready. 2 away here in the top of the second inning. A man at first base in Carlson after the single. Brendan Donovan due up, and Wicks leaves with an injury. Scoreless game, Cubs and Cardinals. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Let's take a break. You're listening to The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
In real estate, it's all about the amenities. I should know. I'm an agent.
At Hyundai, all of our models offer first-class features, like Android Auto, an available Bose premium audio system, heated front and rear seats, and wireless device charging.
It's like an upscale home on wheels in here.
It's your journey. Own every mile.
Lease the Tucson for $249 a month, or get $1,250 bonus cash on select Tucson hybrids. See your
anticipation to see what.
Oh goodness! That ball had a family. In game 2, his first home run, a 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7.
A little bit, and obviously in pain, and that is not good. I really feel for him. He's thrown the ball well and finally came back from the injury.
The reason the crowd is making a lot of noise here at Wrigley Field at the moment is there's a young woman who is being acknowledged for celebrating her 100th birthday today here at Wrigley Field. How about that?
100th birthday at the friendly confines. I hope I can do that and still stand up like she's doing and walk around. Don't think that's going to happen, but that's pretty good.
Come on, dare to dream, Coom.
I am dreaming. That is the dream.
All right, so Hendricks is ready, and we are ready to resume action here at Wrigley Field. Cardinals have a man at first in Carlson. 2 away. The batter is Brendan Donovan, hitting from the left side against the right-hander Kyle Hendricks. Here's the pitch. Way inside, 1-0 the count. Hendricks missing with a fastball. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. It's the opener of a 3-game set here at Wrigley Field. Wind blowing in, a fog-like effect above. Here's the pitch. In there for strike, 1-1. Another fastball from Hendricks.
And it is really getting hazy here. The fog now is really settling into Wrigley. It's blowing from the lake. And you cannot see sky. You cannot see the buildings across the street.
That pitch low and outside by Hendricks. 2-1 the count with Donovan at the plate.
Kind of an odd day here at Wrigley. An hour ago, we had bright sunshine and crystal blue skies.
When we started the broadcast, there wasn't a cloud in the sky.
Welcome to Chicago.
The 2-1. Called strike. Sinking fastball by Hendricks on the inner half, 2-2.
Well, Kyle got ready in a hurry. Pretty amazing. You know, after all these years of being a starting pitcher, you know, he's in his 30s and still able to do this the way he able to get started.
Ground ball to second, fielded cleanly by Horner on the edge of the outfield grass. Is flipped to first in time, and that's that. The top of the second is over. Dylan Carlson stranded at first. We head.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutchen. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
And here's another one I believe went off the scoreboard. If you miss in the middle of the plate with Max Muncy, he's good. Look at that level swing right there. And he's a hitter. But what I love, watch him drop. What he does is he moves his hands and he loads into the back leg. Here you see the knob facing the catcher, which I really love because that's the power position for any power hitter.
More efficient.
Really dedicated commercial bankers.
Sorry, got a little carried away there.
Another reason to choose Old National Bank. Get old. Member FDIC.
Take the short drive north and visit your one-stop shop for everything Subaru. Ziegler Subaru of Kenosha. Shop online at ZieglerSubaruKenosha.com.
This Monday, join us in celebrating Pride at Wrigley Field. The Cubs are celebrating throughout the ballpark with special entertainment, fan activities, and community recognitions. Fans who purchase at Cubs.com/specials will receive a special edition Pride jersey. Zach and Coombe.
Elise Menaker, thank you so much. Ian Happ at the plate. He looks at a ball up high from Kyle Gibson to begin the bottom of the second inning. The Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. It's a pleasure to have Elise in the booth with us here today.
Yes,
here's the 1-0 delivery. That's outside. 2-0 now on Happ.
She pinch hit for you earlier today. You're pinch hitting for Pat. So welcome to the booth, Elise.
Thanks for having me. Good to be back. Good to see you guys.
Now the 2-0 delivery. That's outside to Happ. 3-0. Ian coming off a rough road trip, was 1 for 26 at the plate. The one was that 3-run double in the victory in Cincinnati Sunday. That pitch on the outside corner for strike, 3-1. And at least you were talking in the pregame show about Ben Brown dealing with a more complicated injury than first thought, a stress reaction in his neck. As Gibson delivers the 3-1, Happ swings and hits one in the air, deep left field, going back, Donovan at the track near the wall, spinning around, he makes the catch right in front of the ivy for out number 1.
Pretty good swing by Ian as he takes this two-seamer away, and that's the left he's got to do. If he runs that ball away from you, you got to hit it the other way. Ian, he really smokes this ball, and it's caught right in front of the ivy in the well in left, and on a normal day, that ball is probably a home run. Wind blowing in hard right now from center field.
Nico Horner at the plate. The pitch is low and outside, 1-0.
Elise, you were talking earlier today about Ben Brown and the issue he's got with his neck.
So they're calling it a stress reaction in his neck. They're going to figure out the timeline. There's still a lot of questions around it.
As Nico looks at a strike, a slider that floats into the zone, 1-1.
Because it's a unique and rare injury for a pitcher. So it's just so unfortunate, guys, because we have this on Brown, and then Wicks leaves the game, who's in the rotation for Brown right now.
Nico looks at strike 2, another slider that spun in the zone, 1-2 the count.
Yeah, Brownie had thrown the ball exceptionally well and kind of taken, hold of his opportunity here in the big leagues, and has thrown the ball really well. Nice. Very nice young guy, both him and Jordan, and now both of them seem to be, we'll see what happens with Jordan today. He just came out of the game last inning in the second inning with 2 outs after punching 2 guys out, and then he comes out. So the Cubs' young starters hopefully will be okay, but it does not look good for them right now.
The 2-2 to Horner. That's low and outside, so a full count. Cubs count on Granger's help to keep the ballpark running. To get the products you need, call clickgranger.com or stop by. Granger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs and Wrigley Field. Now the payoff pitch. Gibson deals. Horner swings and bounces one foul off to the left. So they'll do it again. Seems like the Cubs had to navigate through a whole bunch of different injuries to keep players all throughout this first half of the season. Here comes the 3-2 by Gibson. Nico lines one. It is just foul off to the left. 3-2.
Nico a little out in front of that last slider. You get as I talked about in the pregame show, it's sinker slider from Gibson. Basically, if you're looking at it from the hitter's perspective, it's going to run into the righty, and then the slider's going to go away. He likes to keep the ball down. He will elevate pitches, but his bread and butter is getting the ball going down towards the knees and lower and getting you to chase that ball on either side of the plate.
Horner waits for the 3-2. Here it comes. That's low, ball 4. A 1-out walk for Nico and the Cubs here in the second scoreless game against St. Louis.
Well, this allows the Cubs now, wind blowing in. It's cooling off here considerably because of the haze blowing in off the lake. What we just saw in the last series, the Cubs were off and running right away, trying to generate offense with their team speed. Nico at first base, I would expect him to go.
Here's Michael Busch, and he looks at a ball outside. 1-0 the count. Gibson missing with a changeup. Busch has been hot on the road trip. He hit nearly 400, 7 for 18. Riding a 3-game hitting streak.
Issue you have with Gibson on the mound, he slide steps, so he's very quick to home plate. He always has been. So he makes it difficult to run against him. Cubs will have to have the hitter protect the base runner if you're going to try to run.
That last pitch to Busch, low, so 2-0 the count. Nico extending his lead off of first, being held on by Goldschmidt. Gibson sets at the belt and deals. Called strike on the outside corner, a sinking fastball, 2-1 the count. Walks by opposing pitchers are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. Busch waits for the 2-1. Now a throw to first, getting back standing up, Nico. Defensively for St. Louis, Goldschmidt is at first. Nolan Gorman at second base. Masyn Winn, the shortstop. The third baseman, Nolan Arenado. The pitch. Busch swings and misses. And a cutter, 2-2. In the outfield from left to right, Donovan, Carlson, and Burleson for St. Louis. The catcher is Pedro Pajes. The 2-2. Busch hits a high fly ball to shallow left center field. Carlson under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
That ball must have been blown a good 40 feet from where it would have normally come down without the wind blowing the way it is. This is one of the plays where Donovan, the left fielder, this is his ball all the way. It starts out in center, but the wind blows it. And, I mean, it's in straight left field by the time Carlson catches this ball. So the outfielders are going to have to stay with balls, and same thing with the infielders.
Dansby Swanson at the plate, 0-1 the count. Mike Napoli, the Cubs first base coach, having a conversation with Horner, the runner at first. 2 away, bottom 2. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Swanson, the number 8 hitter. The pitch, a swing and a miss. 0-2.
This is a ball game where the infielders have to be extremely aggressive going out on fly balls, because once the wind catches it, it's really going to bring it back towards the infield.
So we'll monitor that throughout the game. The pitch. Swanson swings and misses. Strike 3, lunged at a slider out of the zone. Horner stranded at first base. After 2, no score. Cubs and St. Louis on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with
anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
Visit NorthShore.com.
The third inning is sponsored by Grainger, official partner of the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Zach, Cool, all you guys.
Elise, thank you. Top 3. Pedro Pajes, the catcher for St. Louis, to lead things off here in the third, and he looks at a strike from Kyle Hendricks, 0-1. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. As Hendricks peers in, gets the sign from Amaya, and now he works his motion. The 0-1 delivery. Okay. Pajes swings and loops one into left, racing in. Happ, he slides. Did he make the catch? Yeah, he did. Out number 1. Excellent play by Ian Happ.
Happer comes flying in, makes a nice catch. And Winn controlling that ball, but as we said, you got to be aggressive coming in today.
So 1 away here in the top of the third. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. The batter is Masyn Winn. And we are pleased to be joined by the founder of the Prostate Cancer Foundation. Here's the pitch by Hendricks. And Winn looks at a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Michael Milken here for the home run challenge. And give us an idea of what this is about, because it's so important.
This is the 29th year of the home run challenge. And the idea was to come out to the ballpark, remind your buddy, your friend, your dad, your grandfather, to get that simple blood test, PSA test. This is one of the few life-threatening diseases that there's actually an early warning system test, but men were not getting tested.
Now the 0-2 by Hendricks, and Winn looks at a ball up high, 1-2.
So in the mid-90s, in a MLB owners meeting in San Francisco, we sat down and agreed with Major League Baseball, the Cubs and others, that we would come to all the games.
Winn swings and hits one into shallow right field. Coming in is Suzuki. He's got it, 2 away.
And do programs to keep Dad in the game. And I couldn't be more excited to be here in Wrigley Field. We've seen unbelievable games, but the best news is 3.5 million men this Sunday who've had prostate cancer in America will having a healthy Father's Day with their family. And we've raised $70 million from home runs hit. So that's the idea. You pledge for home runs that are hit during a period of time. And this year, May 22nd to June 16th. And so were hoping the wind was going to be blowing out today in Wrigley.
Here's the 0-1 delivery to Alec Burleson, called strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
Well, the wind is not blowing out today, Michael, but hopefully we will score some runs and hit some balls out of the park. It's amazing to me. I was playing in the time when all this started in the middle 90s, and now to where it's at here in 2024.
Ground ball to second, fielded by Horner. The flip to first in time, and the Cardinals go down in order here in the top of the third. Stick around. We've got more to talk to you about.
It's great to see both of you.
It's great to see you. Scoreless, middle three at Wrigley. Cubs.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
There's a ball driven in deep left field. Up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field. Ref Snyder back.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on the Bernstein and Holmes Show. Weekdays 10 to 2 on The Score. WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Miguel Amaya fouls the first pitch back from Kyle Gibson to begin the bottom of the third inning. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. The next pitch by Gibson is on the way, and Amaya lines one down the left field line. Fair ball will make a Big Ten at first, but the ball quickly retrieved by Donovan, the left fielder, and he brings it in. So Amaya, a leadoff single here in the last of the third. We continue to be joined by Michael Milken of the Prostate Cancer Foundation. This is a big weekend for the Prostate Cancer Foundation.
It's a very big weekend, Father's Day weekend, and you can learn all about it at pcf.org. But I want you to know 2 of the 518 games we've gone to.
Mike Tauchman swings, and he loops one in the left center field. It's caught by Carlson, one away.
2 of the greatest games of all time have occurred during this Father's Day program. The first one is when the Yankees came to town for the first time since Babe Ruth had pointed out to right field. Clemens going for his 300th, Wood pitching, and the Yankees have a lead.
Christopher Morel at the plate. He fouls one away, 0-1.
Cubs get him runner on. There was a pop-up, if you remember, in front of home plate. The pitcher comes down. He knocks out Choi, the first baseman, as he brings
Choi. Yeah.
And out of the dugout comes Eric Karros. And he then hits a home run, and the Cubs win, and Clemens doesn't get his 300th.
Yeah. My old teammate got thumbs down. Roger here at the friendly confines, and EK spoiled the party with the big home run to left.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
And the other one,
Morel hits a tapper to third, fielded by Arenado to second for 1. That's all they'll get, as the lead man Amaya is retired, 2 away. Morel at first base. It'll bring up Cody Bellinger.
and it's hard to forget this one. It was after COVID, and the St. Louis was beating the Cubs. It was late in the game,
I remember this one.
Cubs got a runner on base, another one, and up comes Rizzo. The stands is going crazy. Is it going to be a story like Casey at the bat where he strikes out? And I think Rizzo fouled off 7 pitches. And all of a sudden he hits a home run. The Cubs win, and every person in the ballpark is hugging each other. And what's such a feeling of joy that the team won.
Cody Bellinger, looks at a ball low, 2-0 the count.
No matter what your religion was, what your race, where you're from, what you believe in, the Cubs won, and Rizzo hit a home run. And I don't know if you remember, but people were hugging and dancing in their seats.
Right here in the seat. Absolutely, we remember.
And they were there for about 40 minutes. Eventually, off the loudspeaker says, "We have to exit the stadium now," and no one wanted to leave.
Yeah, in Chicago, we don't go by that sometimes. I've seen that here at Wrigley. Michael, I got a question for you. In all the years of doing this, and I've known you a long time in this, what is the biggest change that you've seen and impact that Major League Baseball has made with your foundation from the beginning to 2024?
First, men get checked today. That is the biggest change.
Bellinger hits a high fly ball to right. It's playable for Burleson, angling toward the line, makes the catch for out number 3.
Is
go get checked. And we want you to know we have 20 therapies, much of them developed here in Chicago. So if you was caught late, you'll still have a great chance, a 99% chance of living 5 years.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon back home.
How good is it that they can enjoy that here in Pittsburgh?
Man, it's hard to even speak right now. What a beautiful thing.
What a wonderful achievement for Andrew McCutcheon. 2,000 career hits, and to do that in a Pirate uniform.
That's what means the most right there.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
We do not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central.
That's right.
Right?
That's
on
right.
getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blower Lau had his first big league hit against Nathan Eovaldi.
Wow.
No.
Oh.
Your first knock's Eovaldi?
Off the end of the bat.
That's a nice one, though.
Yeah.
That's a
Ordinary. For more, visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealership. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, Cubs fans, catch every game with an anti-hero. Revolution Brewing's franchise IPA and the official IPA of Cubs Radio. Independently owned and proudly brewed only in Chicago.
Paul Goldschmidt fouls the first pitch away from Kyle Hendricks to begin the top half of the 4th inning. The next pitch is low and outside, so 1-1 the count. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Goldschmidt waits for the 1-1. Here it comes. A broken bat, one hopper to Swanson at short. His throw to first in time, and Goldschmidt is retired, 1 away.
Good inside two-seamer by Kyle that shatters the bat of Goldschmidt in half. So that bat, and actually the swing, once the bat broke, the finish of the swing, the broken bat came back and whacked Amaya in the left shoulder. He is okay, but that one, I'm sure that'll leave a mark. But great pitch by Kyle, gets first out.
So one down, Nolan Arenado at the plate. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. I'm a little distracted here at Wrigley Field this afternoon. First pitch to Arenado is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Is it because you don't have the reddest hair in the booth?
No.
That's
exactly the reason. I do not have the reddest hair in any of the broadcast booths today. Here's the 0-1.
That's where I'm going with it, yeah.
That's outside, 1-1 the count.
And why might you be distracted?
Because to our right is the Cardinals television booth. Our good friend Chip Carey
is one of our great friends, yeah.
He's broadcasting, and he's wearing an outfit. Here's the 1-1.
That's
a swing
good.
and a miss. 1-2. He's got a purple sport coat.
Yes.
And usually that would be enough, but not for Chip. He's got some headgear on.
He's got the Redbird on his coconut, a big one. Yeah.
Bouncing ball foul by Arenado off to the left, 1-2.
And I know they're doing a charitable thing about wearing those or having that as a giveaway, but he's taking it a little far. It's my take on it. I don't know. And I have no problem telling him that.
Does he have to wear it for the whole game? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not real sure, but I hope he's raising a lot of money by doing it.
Arenado takes the ball up high, 2-2 the count. Well, anyway, that's the reason I'm distracted. I'm going to try and plow through it, though.
Good luck.
Hendricks, hands over the head. High leg kick and pitch. A swing and a tap foul at the plate as Arenado just stays alive, getting a piece of a sinking fastball, 2-2.
Well, I love that Kyle's staying inside on these Cardinal hitters. To me, that's going to be a key for Kyle in kind of getting back to his old form, is keeping hitters accountable to the inside part of the plate. I think that will be something that will really help Kyle.
Here's the 2-2. Fouled off the netting to the right by Arenado. The fourth inning is sponsored by Wintrust, the exclusive home of Cubs checking. Arenado to be followed by Nolan Gorman, who's on deck. Arenado grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. The pitch is hit in the air to center. Playable for Tauchman. It's routine. Now comes in, makes the catch. 2 away.
Well, what happens, you keep the hitters accountable. He broke the bat of Goldschmidt. He stayed inside hard on Arenado. And then when you do go away, you get that, that weak swing, because the hitter is committed to the ball inside, and that's what you got there, is just a routine pop-up to short center field.
So here's Nolan Gorman, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The pitch hit in the air down the left field line, slicing foul out of play, 0-1. If you're wondering why Kyle Hendricks is in the game, and the reason is Jordan Wicks started, and he left in the second inning with an apparent injury. We have yet to get an update from the Cubs. Hendricks works his motion. Here comes the 0-1 delivery to Gorman. Outside, 1-1.
Yeah, I feel bad for Jordan. He was throwing the ball exceptionally well. He had a quick, easy first inning. 2 punch-outs in the second inning, and then he got injured.
A roller to second, fielded by Horner. The throw to first in time, and the Cardinals go down in order in the top of the fourth. Middle 4, Cubs and Cardinals scoreless on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
I like to think of our members like family, and I want to treat them the way I would treat a family member. My name is
and it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
Anticipation to see what...
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
For you on Jordan Wicks, a right oblique, or I should say just right oblique discomfort.
So that's the reason, Elise, that Wicks left the game in the second inning. He had been on the injured list earlier this year with a forearm strain. Seiya Suzuki at the plate, and he bounces one to short, fielded on a high hop by Winn. His throw across in time. One down here in the last of the fourth. The Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless.
It's, unfortunate for Jordan. He just coming back, and, frustrating. You rehab yourself back into shape to play, and then you get an oblique issue that, if there's a silver lining to anything about this, that's, it's not his throwing arm that he had the issue with in the forearm strain. So, if there's any positive at all, that's probably it. But I feel for Jordan.
Ian Happ pops one up left side. And having difficulty is Arenado, and he makes the catch on the outfield grass, sliding from fair territory into foul territory. The Winn grabbed a hold of that one. There were 3 Cardinals in the area until Arenado was able to take control and make the catch 2 away.
Well, the problem with the play is Winn, the shortstop, starts going after this ball, and then he loses it. He does not see the ball, and then all of a sudden you're down to one guy with a shot at it. And Arenado stays with this play and makes the catch in foul territory, but Winn nowhere close to being able to make the catch.
Nico Horner looks at a strike from Kyle Gibson, the veteran right-hander of the Cardinals, 0-1. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless here with 2 away in the fourth. The pitch. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael Busch is on deck. Who's on Deck is sponsored by On Deck. Need a small business loan fast? Apply today at ondeck.com. Horner waits for the 1-1. Here it comes from Gibson. On the outside corner for strike 1 and 2. We've got to play the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nico waits. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2-2.
Elise, would you like to start us off with the attendance game?
All right, so I don't feel great, but I'm just going to go with this. 38,926. I feel like I'm low. Don't you think I'm low? Silence. I mean, wow, is it that bad?
No, I think you're talking yourself into it being silent.
Nico lines one to left, and a diving catch is made by Donovan, the left fielder, angling toward the line for out number 3. And Elise, the rest of the guesses will determine
you guys
whether
just go
or
off
not.
of mine. Clearly, it was great.
After 4, we're scoreless. Cubs and Cardinals on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember.
swinging, I would not be shocked if he swung 3-0 here.
Deep to right field. Holy Cowser! First Major League home run in the 5th. Second Major League home run in the 10th. And a 6-run bonanza for the Orioles in extras.
Come on now, Milkman. He has delivered in this series in a big way. 114 off the bat by Cody Bellinger. Hit his first career home run earlier in the game. Make it 2 now.
There's a ball driven to deep left field. Up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field. Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game.
Set the DH. Ivan Herrera at the plate for St. Louis. Kyle Hendricks on the mound. He came in with 2 away in the second inning after Jordan Wicks left with oblique discomfort. Now the pitch by Kyle on the outside corner for strike to Herrera, 0-1. Bobby Witt Jr. is the leader in batting average in the majors at .330. Aaron Judge, a home run leader with 25. The pitch. Herrera looks at a ball low, 1-1 the count, and Judge is tied with Jose Ramirez of Cleveland for the RBI lead with 62. Herrera hits out of a crouch from the right side, an extreme crouch. He looks at a ball low and outside, 2-1 the count. So we've got to continue playing the Vinny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
All right, we'll go ahead. What was Elisa's guess? 38?
38-9-2-6 as Herrera hits one on the ground softly to short, fielded by Swanson. His throw in time.
Wasn't a strong guess. He did not feel good about it. I'll say that. No.
Yeah. Well, because I'm going to tell you, Paul, this is why I feel like he has a pretty good one. Because it's pretty backed here today. 39,922.
39,922.
And for the record,
he must have been out and about while we were on the road. He's got a lot of fans here today. Way to go, Paulie.
Dylan Carlson at the plate with 1 away here in the 5th, and he looks at a strike from Hendricks.
Fight one of the concert people, the whole crew here? Or what? Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah.
All right, Coom, what's your guess?
Fire away.
I'm going to go 40,200. Here's the pitch. That's outside. 1-1 now on Carlson.
I will go.
Carlson fouls it out of play. Second deck off to the left. 1-2. Are you still counting?
We are a packed house. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I do think your guess is
okay, I'm saying thank you because
yeah.
Can we validate my insecurity? Thank you.
I will go 40,300.
Check swing. Did Carlson go? Yes, he did on appeal, says Ryan Wills, the third base umpire. Strike 3, 2 away.
Good pitch by Kyle. Carlson well out in front. That off-speed pitch. Pitch right down at the shoe tops for strike 3.
First Out was sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Brendan Donovan at the plate. Hendricks steals. Cold strike on the outside corner. 0-1. A sinking fastball from Hendricks. Clocked at 88 miles per hour. Hendricks faces home plate. The windup and pitch. High and outside. 1-1.
You say that last fastball is probably the best fastball Kyle's thrown, and it was velocity-wise. See if he can keep these fastballs moving and down and inside and get these Cardinal hitters looking at the ball. And there's a good fastball inside, and Donovan another check swing and an inside pitch. Let's call the strike.
So the count now 1-2. The fog has dissipated.
It's behind us.
Here's the 1-2. Pop fly, shallow left field, coming in, Happ going back the shortstop Swanson, and it's Swanson who makes the catch for out number 3, as once again the Cardinals go down in order. Middle 5, Cubs and Cardinals scoreless on the...
not mess up your name. We pride ourselves here on MLB Central.
That's right.
Right?
That's
on
right.
getting them right. We have a little game for you. Are you ready? Blow or loud.
Libera tu espíritu ganador. Apuestas deportivas y cientos de juegos de casino. Disfruta de pagos en minutos, una plataforma segura y atención personalizada en todo momento. Pronostica, diviértete y lleva tu pasión al siguiente nivel. Betcris.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
By Wintrust, enter through the Wintrust gate at the corner of Addison and Sheffield for a chance to receive an autographed edition. That'll be the 40th anniversary of the Sandberg game, guys.
It's going to be an amazing Sunday here at Wrigley Field. Cubs do such a great job of honoring their legends of yesteryear, and Rhino is a legend forever. 0-1 the count with Michael Busch at the plate as he bounces one foul. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless here in the last of the 5th. The opener of a 3-game set. The Potawatomi Casino Hotel 5th inning. Light up your senses. Busch flat out to center in the second. He's 0 for 1. Kyle Gibson deals. And that pitch is in the dirt. 1-1. Coomer coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. How about the job Kyle Hendricks has done since coming in for the injured Jordan Wicks, who left in the second with right oblique discomfort. Hendricks has faced 10 men, and he's retired all of them.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball well. He's been on each corner, back and forth, but a lot of good pitches inside to keep the hitters of St. Louis kind of occupied thinking about the ball in. He's broken a couple bats. That's very good.
Michael Busch swings and misses out in front of the changeup. 1-2 the count. Righty-lefty matchup as Gibson works his motion. The pitch. In the dirt again. 2-2. Dansby Swanson on deck to be followed by Miguel Amaya. Busch stands in and waits for the 2-2. Here it comes. Called strike 3.
Wow. That pitch's not a strike. It's inside, and Gibson gets the call. This ball starts out well inside and comes back. Does not get to home plate. Not even close. And wish he'd call out on strikes.
So 1 down, it'll bring up Dansby Swanson, who struck out swinging in the second. He's 0 for 1. Right-handed batter, hits out of a crouch, uses a slight toe tap. Gibson delivers. Swanson looks at a ball outside, 1-0.
Scott Berry's done a good job so far in the ball game. That was one that he missed.
The next pitch is tapped foul behind home plate by Swanson, 1-1. The pitch clock is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. Officially 77 degrees at first pitch today. Wind continues to blow in. For most of the early going of this game, it was a hazy sky. It looked overcast. Not anymore. Here's the 1-1. Swanson takes a ball outside, 2-1. Looking overhead. A blue sky, plenty of sunshine. Here on this Friday afternoon, the 2-1 delivery. Swanson swings and misses at a slider. 2-2. Cubs with 2 hits this afternoon, a single by Tauchman and a single by Amaya. The pitch. Swanson Pulls one to third. It's fielded by Arenado, running throw to first, 2 away.
And that's what Gibson does so well with the good running fastball that he has. It starts out and it runs down, and then the other way is the cutter, right? So it's sinker slider. It's going down, and if you guess wrong as the hitter, as you're starting to approach the ball, that last one cut away from Swanson, and that's the rollover ground ball. Once again, Gibson gets the routine ground ball.
So here's Amaya, who singled in his only at-bat in the third. Right-handed batter, a bit of an open stance, hits out of a crouch. Gibson rocks back. Here comes the first pitch. Inside to Amaya, 1-0. Amaya was 3 for 11 on the just completed road trip. The pitch. Line drive caught behind second by a leaping Gorman on the edge of the outfield grass for out number 3. Cubs go down in order here in the 5th. After 5, Cubs and St. Louis still scoreless on the Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Listen to every Cubs game all season.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
Focus right here, though, on the man at the plate, Adolis Garcia.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family!
Benjamin Moore is the official paint of the Chicago Cubs.
Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant is Scott Binford from Gilbert's, who will win the Woodman's gift card jackpot of $300 if a Northsider hits a home run this inning. Top of the 6th here at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. The catcher, Pedro Pajes, bounces one foul off to the left. 0-1 the count. You can enter with a QR code at any Chicago area Woodman's. Good luck, Scott. Today's Woodman's home run inning contestant, service and savings. That's Woodman's. Kyle Hendricks, a windup and pitch. Pajes grounds one to third. It's fielded on a high hop by Morel. His throw to first is in time. 1 away. The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. So 11 up, 11 down since Kyle Hendricks came into the game with 2 away in the top of the 2nd.
Good pitch by Kyle. Once again, fastball inside, running in on a right-handed hitter. And he gets the routine ground ball, a little too hopper to Morel. Excellent pitch by Kyle, and he's really making this Cardinals group aware of the ball inside, in particular the right-handed hitters. That pitch misses away to win for a ball.
The next pitch by Hendricks is on the way, and it's fouled back off the screen. 1-1.
Another good two-seamer inside on the handle of Winn.
Hendricks always likes to talk about the feel of his pitches, creating that pinpoint precision. The 1-1. Called strike. A changeup. 1-2. Hendricks definitely has that feel this afternoon. A 1-2 delivery. Bounced foul off to the right.
Well, I like what Amaya just did there with that changeup. So Kyle goes back-to-back changeups. The one before that was in the zone, but it was up. And it was in the middle of the plate. Winn took it. This time Amaya sets up for the change, but sets up way off the plate away.
Up high.
And
2-2.
To me, the reason is Kyle has thrown so many pitches away that fade back towards the plate, and that's been his issue. This time, Amaya sets up the target well off the plate to keep Kyle off of the strike zone on that one pitch. That's a good job by Amaya.
Winn fouls one back. Count remains 2-2.
Sometimes the catcher has to understand what the issue is for the pitcher and help him, in getting him, kind of out of the norm and okay, here, I'm set up way off the plate. I want the ball off the plate away. And that locks Kyle into that location.
Here comes the 2-2. Low and outside. Full count. Hendricks missing with a slow-moving breaking ball. What's interesting is, and you just mentioned it, Coom, the fact that Amaya is calling the pitches. Usually when Hendricks is on the mound, he has control of the pitches with the PitchCom device on the right side of his belt. Not today. The payoff pitch. Winn grounds one through in a left field for a base hit. Between the shortstop Swanson and the third baseman Morel. A soft ground ball. First hit of the game for the Cardinals off of Hendricks. They had two earlier off of Jordan Wicks, who left with an injury in the second.
Well, it doesn't really matter who has control of what he's throwing. So the call of the pitch is not what I'm talking about at all. It's the execution of the pitch that's the important part. It's not making the mistake with whatever pitch that is back towards the middle of the plate.
Alex Burleson lines a one-hopper in a center field for a base hit. So back-to-back singles by Winn and Burleson. One away here in the top of the sixth inning. It'll bring up Paul Goldschmidt.
Another good pitch by Kyle. That's a pitch right on the inside corner that comes back to the inside corner, not hit hard. This is a jam shot, and it's just good luck, for Burleson, who shoots this, has a really good swing and just dumps this ball into short center field. But another good pitch by Kyle.
So men at first and second for St. Louis. Scoreless game here in the top of the sixth inning. One down. Goldschmidt at the plate. He's 1 for 2. A single and a ground out. Powerful right-handed batter. The right-hander Hendricks kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Goldschmidt way out in front of a change. 0-1. There is activity in the Cubs bullpen. The big left-hander Luke Little has started warming up. The pitch. Low and outside. Hendricks missing with a breaking ball. 1-1. Winn at second base for St. Louis. Burleson at first with one away. Top six. Goldschmidt waits for the 1-1. Hendricks deals. Inside, 2-1.
Again, Kyle trying to stay inside on Goldschmidt, not letting him get his arms extended. It almost looks like Goldschmidt has stepped a little bit back from the plate, off the plate a little bit in this at bat.
The 2-1. Low and outside.
Goldie, I remember him being more on the plate. In the last at bat, Kyle jammed the heck out of him, shattered his bat at home plate. And it looks like to me Goldschmidt is off the plate a good 3 or 4 inches from where he was in his last AB.
Now the pitch. Pop fly, shallow right field. Coming in Suzuki, going back corner. It's Suzuki who makes the catch. 2 away. The runners stay right where they are, and that'll bring up Nolan Arenado.
Great pitch by Kyle. And again, when you're executing your location of your pitches and you've got a good thought and a good plan of what you want to do, and then you execute it, Kyle, you can throw 89 or 99, you're going to get outs. And Kyle made some great pitches inside and then got Goldschmidt to swing at a pitch, a little slider away, and gets the routine pop up to right.
Time called. Pitching coach Tommy Hotovy on the mound, talking to the entire Cubs infield, as well as pitcher Kyle Hendricks and catcher Miguel Amaya. A big thank you to Stella Blue Coffee and Barstool Big Cat for being the official coffee sponsor of Cubs Radio and providing us with a great assortment of coffee. We needed it today after walking into the house last night, or this morning?
Yeah, 2-ish.
2-ish, 2:30-ish.
Just reminded you of your days in your 20s, just coming in,
I felt young.
2-ish.
Yeah. I was never as tired when I woke up back then, but...
Now, it was late travel, but, we all knew it going out on this road trip that to be prepared for coming home. And Cubs Cardinals, beautiful sunny day here at the Friendly Confines. If that doesn't energize you, nothing will. And good coffee.
It certainly has. Arenado at the plate. He looks at a ball inside from Hendricks. A sinking fastball that missed. 1-0 the count. I had the Big Cat blend this morning. With each purchase of Stella Blue Coffee, proceeds go to Paws Chicago, helping pets in the Chicagoland area. Now the 1-0. Arenado lines one on one hop to Horner. Fields behind the bag, steps on the bag for the force, and Hendricks works into and out of a jam here in the top half of the 6th inning as the Cardinals leave 2. Middle 6. Cubs and St. Louis scoreless on the Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Every home run and double play.
You're known for having a stoic presence on the field, Scorpio, since you're primarily focused on winning at all costs. But engaging in some playful competition and hyping up your team's traditional rivalry could infuse the game with a renewed sense of passion. Both teams will benefit from the fun, competitive spirit that will have fans glued to the scoreboard.
Drives one deep left field, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with his second home run of the day. Pete Alonso keeps on raking.
Just very strong.
And there he is.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Late today at OnDeck.com. Bottom of the 6th inning at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Tauchman, the center fielder, digs in. The veteran right-hander Kyle Gibson deals, and his first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Tauchman's 1 for 2, a single in the first, and then flat out to center in the third. Tauchman hitting at .251 on the year. Here's the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-1 the count. And if you're wondering where you can pick up Stella Blue Coffee, the 1-1. Tap foul up the plate, so 1-2 now with Tauchman at the plate. You can pick up Stella Blue Coffee at Mariano's, Jewel, Pick and Save, Metro Market. You can order online, StellaBlueCoffee.com or Amazon Prime. Stella Blue Coffee. Great purpose, better coffee. And it's definitely kept us energized here at Wrigley Field this afternoon. If you're just tuning in, Jordan Wicks started left in the 2nd inning with what the Cubs are calling right oblique discomfort. Wicks was back in the rotation for the injured Ben Brown. And the news on the rookie right-hander Brown, not good either. We found out today that the neck strain that initially put him on the injured list is now a stress reaction in his neck. So the Cubs dealing with injuries to two of their best young pitchers, the right-hander Brown and now the left-hander Wicks. Tauchman waits for the 1-2. Gibson deals. Called strike 3. Throws him with a fastball. Tauchman doesn't like the call and has a brief conversation with Scott Berry, the home plate umpire.
It's a very different ball game with a guy that throws such a two-seamer. We see it a lot with Javier Assad and how many takes of pitches he gets because of that great two-seam fastball that he throws. And that's the same thing here with Gibson. He's got a great two-seamer, and most guys just don't throw that pitch in our league right now, and it's an extremely effective pitch.
Morel takes a ball low and outside. 1-0 the count. One down, bottom six. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. From a hitting standpoint, can you give us the perspective of what trying to attack a two-seamer is like as Morel looks at a ball low and outside, 2-0?
Well, I think at the very beginning of the game, you have to get a good look at the two-seamer that he throws in your first at-bat, because then you get an idea of what the ball's actually doing. If you don't get a good look at it, you really don't see the action on the ball and where it ends up from where it starts. And that's the problem, because then you give up on those pitches too early, and then the ball ends up coming backdoor on you for a strike or boring way in on you, and you end up swinging at a pitch 6-8 inches off the plate inside.
Gibson delivers. Morel fists a pop-up high in the air. Left side of the infield. It's caught belt high by the shortstop. Winn, 2 away.
And that's the swing, right? That's that two-seamer running well inside off the plate. And for hitters, you just don't see a lot of those. And, you know, I would say for a fastball, you got Gibson, you got Assad, you've got a handful of guys that I can think of off the top of my head that have really good two-seam fastballs that really, really move.
Cody Bellinger stands in. 2 away, bottom six. The pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Gibson missing with a change. Bellinger, the designated hitter this afternoon. And designated hitters for the Cubs are sponsored by BBQ Authority. Visit BBQ Authority in Lisle. Bellinger looks at a strike. 1-1. Cutter. Belly hitting at .265 on the year. Gibson takes his time. And now time called by Bellinger. A little cat and mouse game between these two. Bellinger stands back in, upright stance, very little bend at the knees. And now the 1-1. High fly ball hit to deep right field. Going back, Burleson shading his eyes from the sun on the track near the wall, and he makes the catch. Bellinger gave that one a ride, but it's out number 3. After 6, still scoreless at Wrigley. Cubs and Cardinals on the Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Chicago Cubs memories are made right here with Pat, Ron, and Zach on the Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, baseball fans. Nico Horner here. There's only one place to see Illinois' largest Chevy inventory, Phillips Chevrolet, with 3 giant...
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember. There's a ball driven in deep left field. Up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field. Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Played with Torres an RBI double as well as a booming solo home run last night.
A fly ball, it's deep to left field. Badu racing back, looking up, it is gone! Home run for Gleyber Torres. Torres has homered in back-to-back games at Comerica Park. It's his 22nd this season, and it puts the Yankees on the board first. They're ahead 1-0.
And that went 454 feet, went out at 108 miles an hour. 454 feet, that was a shot.
There it is, 2000, a milestone moment for a Pittsburgh icon
back home.
Helping us out today. She did a terrific job with the pregame show. You'll hear her in the postgame show. And the sounds of Wrigley Field coming to life thanks to the maestro, our engineer, Paul Zarang, who's helping everything blast through the speakers of your radio. New man on the mound for the Cubs. Left-hander Luke Little deals, and his first pitch to Nolan Gorman is outside for ball one. What a performance by Kyle Hendricks today for the Cubs. He didn't know he was going to pitch as early as the second inning. As Little works his motion, the pitch called strike on the outside corner.
He was probably sipping a coffee at that point, and then all of a sudden the phone rings down there and in the bullpen, and you're in.
Yeah, with 2 down in the second, Jordan Wicks was removed from the game with right oblique discomfort. An awkward-looking check swing and a miss by Nolan Gorman, 1-2. Hendricks got the call, took his warm-up pitches, and all he did was deliver 4 1/3 of scoreless baseball. Gave up 2 hits, struck out 1, at one point retiring 11 in a row. Little's ready, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 at a pitch in the dirt. Gorman retired, 1 away.
Now for Little, he gets ahead in the count, and then a big fella with that wingspan starting that slider out behind Gorman and breaking it over the outside corner. Gorman misses this ball by quite a bit. Good pitch and good start to the 7th inning for Little.
The first out, sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Now the batter, Ivan Herrera, the designated hitter. The pitch. That's a strike. Blazing fastball at 95 miles per hour from Little. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Herrera hits out of an extreme crouch from the right side. The pitch. It's low. 1-1. It's an open stance.
Well, once again, not a lot of offense for either ball club. Both offenses have been struggling coming into this ball game.
The 1-1. Up high. 2-1.
Both staffs have thrown the ball very well. It's only 6 hits in the game, 4 by St. Louis and 2 by the Cubs.
Yeah, offense is down throughout the major leagues. The 2-1. Up high. 3-1 now. The wind pattern has shifted slightly. Kind of blowing now from left to right.
I wish it was blowing like that about 10 minutes ago when Belly hit that ball to the track in center or in right field. That ball just barely missed going out of the yard.
Here's the 3-1. Way inside to Herrera. That's ball 4. So a 1-out walk for the Cardinals here in the top of the 7th inning. It'll bring up Dylan Carlson.
Now the big key for Little, Carlson at the plate. Carlson's not a big power guy, but you got to keep the ball in the ballpark. Wind's still blowing in hard from center field. I was really surprised when I got here today how hard the wind was blowing in with such a nice day.
First pitch to Carlson, a called strike. Fastball on the outer edge. 0-1. Carlson, a switch hitter, batting from the right side now with the left-hander Little on the hill. Herrera at first base. He's got 3 stolen bases this year. The pitch. Low and outside, 1-1. Yeah, we've had some weird weather. I mean, I guess you could say that every single season here at Wrigley Field, but the typical patterns have not held true so far. Usually on a day like today, the wind's supposed to be blowing out. It's not. A swing and a miss.
Yeah, good fastball inside, right under the hands of Carlson.
Ball kind of squirted away from Amaya off to his left. He quickly retrieved it. Herrera stayed at first, 1-2.
I think what we found today is with that haze that was over Lake Michigan, you know, it was supposed to be really warm and it's nice, and then all of a sudden that cool air came blowing in and really picked up the breeze blowing in from center field. Now tomorrow and the next few days is supposed to be very warm here at Wrigley, so I'm hoping that flag will turn around and start blowing out to center field instead of in.
Yeah, anything to help jumpstart the offense, right? Cubs coming off that rough trip. Cincinnati for 4 games. Tampa for 3. Cubs went 2-5 on the trip. Now the 1-2 by Little. Just outside to Carlson, 2-2.
Boy, pretty good pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Away and down. It was a good call by Scott Berry. He's had one call that really went against the Cubs to Bush. That pitch was well inside for strike 3. But other than that, Scott Berry's had a very nice day today behind the plate.
Called strike 3. Carlson frozen by a little slider. 2 away.
This breaking ball starts well up and out of the zone and breaks down back to the zone. Outer third of the plate, right at the top of the strike zone for strike 3.
2 strikeouts now for Little. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Brendan Donovan at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Little delivers. Foul back. 0-1.
And I see in 2 booths over, one of our buddies and one of my old teammates is getting ready to sing the 7th inning stretch. Wonder if Kerry's getting nervous about now. I think people get more nervous singing the stretch than he did before a start pitching. Woody was about as cool a customer as they get when he was on the bump.
Herrera goes. Here's the pitch. Called strike. No throw to second. A stolen base for Herrera. The count 0-2 on Donovan. Yeah, Kerrywood is as calm and cool a customer as there is, not just in baseball, but in life.
Well, if you had a lightning bolt attached to your right shoulder, you'd be cool too, because he could flat out wing it.
Pop fly, shallow left. Morel on the line makes the catch for out number 3. And it is time to stretch. The 7th inning stretch is sponsored by Volvo Plug-in Hybrid Vehicles. Electric cars with a backup plan. Visit your local retailer to learn more. Here is Kerry Wood.
Chicago Cubs pitcher and 2024 Cubs Hall of Fame inductee, Kerry Wood.
All right, Cubs fans, let's hear you good and loud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's go, boys. Let's get some runs.
Listen to every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Hit a home run with a career as a union roofer and waterproofer, offering advanced skills training, great pay and benefits. Earn while you learn on the job with their apprenticeship program, training skilled craftsmen for the roofing and waterproofing industry, serving Chicagoland, Northern Illinois, and Southern Wisconsin. Apply today at chicagoroofers.org.
Anticipation to see what...
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In Game 2, his first home run, a 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
150 one-coat colors. Visit Menards.com to learn more. Plus, view the weekly flyer and other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Seiya Suzuki looks at a slider for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count to begin the bottom half of the 7th inning. Kyle Gibson deals and Suzuki swings and misses at a cutter. Quickly in the hole, 0-2. Pitchers duel here at Wrigley Field with the wind blowing in. Nearly 80 degrees this afternoon at the friendly confines. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Suzuki's 0 for 2. Powerful right-handed batter hits out of a crouch, extends the hands over home plate. The pitch low and outside. 1-2. We're coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud ETF partner of the Chicago Cubs. Gibson's given up just 2 hits The pitch. Called strike 3. Suzuki frozen by a sinking fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, it'll bring up Ian Happ, who's 0 for 2. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. Officially 77 at first pitch. And the wind blowing in at around 11 miles per hour. Happ switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-hander Gibson, who deals. Called strike. 0-1. A slider that spins into the zone. Happ has generally been at his best in his career against the Cardinals. He's got 24 career home runs against them. The 0-1 up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Happ with 24 home runs, 55 RBIs, and 100 career games against St. Louis entering play today. Happ waits for the 1-1. Here it comes. That's low. 2-1.
Had to go say hi to Kerry Wood. Woody just did a good job on the 7th inning stretch. I go, how'd we do? He goes, I don't like hearing myself sing it. Can understand that. I feel the same way when I do it. But great to see Kerry. Such a good guy.
I'm glad you clarified when you do it.
I don't like hearing. I've told you my singing abilities, not so much.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can listen to you talk baseball all day. I can listen to you laugh, tell jokes.
There's a reason some people sing, and there's a reason some people don't.
The 2-1, a swing and a miss by Happ, 2-2.
As Paul Zering would say, it's a good thing you don't.
Yeah. I think the ability to self-scout is such an undervalued skill, so I congratulate you.
Very, very important in the singing realm. Yeah, you don't want to. You're not any good at it.
The 2-2 to Happ. It's way inside. It sails all the way to the bricks behind home plate. Full count.
Gibson's pitch count still low, only at 84 pitches, and we're 1 out in the 7th. He has thrown an exceptional ball game. You know, basically, two-seam fastball, cutter is what he has thrown the majority of the pitches.
But payoff pitch. That bounces it foul off to the right. So they'll do it again. All reviews in this game are sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. 1 down, bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. We'll get you a station ID after Happ completes his at-bat. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled Happ with a change, 2 away. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on your way home from work. The Parkins and Spiegel Show, afternoons 2 to 6 on 670 The Score, WSCR Chicago, WBMX HD2 Chicago, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat today. 2 away, bottom 7. Cubs and Cardinals are scoreless. Nico Horner at the plate has to call time because apparently something flew into his eye. A little bit of debris flying all over the place around home plate. I think there was a hot dog wrapper in front of the plate, so home plate umpire Scott Berry whipped off the mask, picked it up, put it in his pocket. First pitch to Nico, called strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
Nico's walked and flied out to left so far in this ball game.
The 0-1 delivery. Nico hits a one-hopper behind the second base bag. It is fielded by the second baseman Gorman, and his one-hop throw to first is dug out beautifully by Goldschmidt for out number 3. And the Cubs go down in order again. The last man to reach base for the Cubs, Miguel Amaya, in the 3rd.
And Trey Turner's the batter. Trey is 0 for 3. Fly ball left field. Pretty well hit. Rosario's not going to even go back. It's a 2-run home run for Turner. He's done it again. 25 home runs, 72 runs batted in. The man has 10 home runs in his last 11 games. He now has 149 career home runs.
John, he has 15 home runs since the 4th of August.
I tell you what, it has been a joy to watch.
Libera tu espíritu ganador. Apuestas deportivas y cientos de juegos de casino. Disfruta de pagos en minutos, una plataforma segura y atención personalizada en todo momento. Pronostica, diviértete y lleva tu pasión al siguiente nivel. Betcris.
Either in the evening, let's go around the division. It's Cincinnati and Milwaukee. They are playing each other at 8-10. Obviously, you have Cubs and Cards going on right now. And Pittsburgh is playing Colorado, Zach.
Thank you very much, Elise. The out-of-town scoreboard fueled by Triclean Citgo gasoline. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Top of the 8th here at Wrigley Field. Cubs and St. Louis scoreless in the opener of a 3-game set. Hayden Wisniewski, the new man on the mound for the Cubs. The right-hander deals to Pedro Pages, and that pitch is outside for a ball, so 1-1 the count to Pages, the catcher, who's 0 for 2. Wisniewski, the 4th Cubs pitcher of the game. Here's the 1-1. Foul back off the screen by Pages. 1-2. Pitching changes by the Cubs are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Jordan Wicks started left in the second with right oblique discomfort. Kyle Hendricks then took over, went 4 1/3 of scoreless baseball, retiring 11 in a row at one point. Luke Little threw a scoreless 7th inning, and now Wisniewski on the hill. The 1-2. Way up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Rolled foul off to the right.
A little inside breaking ball there from Wisniewski. Ball just caught the inside corner, just a little weak swing. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
Now the 2-2. High fly ball hit to deep left center field. Happ going back at the wall. He looks up, and this one is in the basket for a home run. The Cardinals strike first. Pedro Pages with a solo shot. 1-0 St. Louis here in the 8th.
Inside breaking ball. This ball starts out in off the plate and breaks to the inner half. Pages puts a big swing on this ball, hits it very hard and very high. Into the wind. Happer goes back, continues to go back. He's into the ivy, literally, and the ball comes straight down in the basket for a home run.
A 363-foot drive for Pages. 1-0 St. Louis. Masyn Winn drills one down the right field line, racing over and making it over the shoulder catch. Seiya Suzuki on the track. Excellent play. 1 away.
Nice play by Seiya. Got a good jump, and then with this wind kind of blowing, it's blowing that ball away from Suzuki down into that corner. And as we know, right field here at Wrigley Field could be one of the toughest outfield spots to play in all of Major League Baseball.
The first out sponsored by Xfinity. Stream sports with Xfinity because it's only live once. Alec Burleson looks at a strike on the outside corner from Wisniewski. 0-1. 1-0 St. Louis here with one down in the top of the 8th. Burleson looks at a ball outside. 1-1. To see how we did with our guesses in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The actual attendance today usually would be listed on the sheet that Paul Zarang likes to give me, but it is not today.
What the attendance is?
Yeah, I don't know.
How much did you give him earlier today?
It says I won, but I have 40,160 is the actual attendance. The pitch. Burleson hits a high fly ball to center field. Going back top and now coming in. He makes the catch for out number 2. That sound effect that you heard in the background was Coombe crumbling up the paper.
That's what Paulie and I and Elise thought of that today.
Yeah, that documents my victory in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game.
I told you my guess was too low.
No. And you're complaining about it before you even made your guess.
I know, because I was just too late.
Paul Goldschmidt fouls one back from Wisniewski. 0-1 the count.
Paul beat me to the ballpark area that I wanted to guess in. You know what I mean? But if we were playing Price is Right, you guys both lose. I'm just saying. So, okay.
But we're not. Thankfully. So I ended up a winner today. Everyone gets a chance someday. The pitch is inside to Goldschmidt. 1-1 the count. A reminder to stay tuned for the toast of the game presented by Binny's Beverage Depot coming up in the 9th inning with Ron Coomer. Goldschmidt waits for the 1-1. Wisniewski deals. Foul back again. 1-2.
Wisniewski got away with one there. That was a high fastball up and in, but in the zone. And looked like Goldschmidt was looking for that pitch, took a big rip and fouled it straight back.
Now the 1-2. Hit in the air down the right field line, slicing foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Goldschmidt now 36 years old. Was traded to St. Louis from Arizona back in 2018. A year ago, he hit .268 with 25 homers and 80 RBIs. This season hitting at .227. And excuse me, check swing, bouncing ball, fair. Down the first base line, picked up by Bush, who steps on the bag for out number 3. But St. Louis strikes first on the home run by Pedro Pajes. 1-0 Cardinals as we head to the last of the 8th on The Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Anything can happen anytime in any game right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
When you do the math, you choose with
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off. Chill Will Brennan gives the Guardians their only lead of the night. And it only took 14 innings to get there. His first career walk-off hit will be one to remember. There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run port. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back.
Least Cubs trailing 1-0 as we get set for the bottom of the 8th inning. Michael Busch at the plate. There's a new pitcher on the mound for St. Louis. Right-hander Ryan Fernandez deals, and a line drive base hit to the right for Busch. So that's a nice start to the frame after the Cardinals took the lead in the top half of this 8th on a solo shot by Pedro Pajes. Defensive changes for St. Louis. There's a new center fielder, Michael Ciani. Dylan Carlson moves from center to right, and Alec Burleson has left the game.
Well, I like that Michael was on the attack in that first fastball. He got in the zone, down and in, and smoked that ball in the right. And now the Cubs have a pinch runner in the game, and that'll be Pete Crow Armstrong, and you know what he's in the game for. They're going to look to see if he can steal a bat.
So Dansby Swanson will stand in. Crow Armstrong a big lead off of first base, being held on by Goldschmidt. Fernandez, the right-hander, deals. That pitch is low and inside, 1-0 the count.
Huge hole on the right side of the diamond. Wind howling in from center field. Not a good hitter's day. See if Dansby might take one of these pitches away and shoot it in a hole on the right side.
Throw to first, diving back in safely, Crow Armstrong.
Fernandez threw the ball over there, threw a fastball to first, but it was a very slow move to first base, so Pete could get another good step at first base of a lead.
PCA has 9 stolen bases this season. He's going. Here comes the pitch. Called strike. No throw to second. Stolen base. Cubs have the tying run in scoring position.
Good jump by Pete as he gets kind of the, not really a walking lead, but he's shuffling the feet and he's got a little motion going and steals second base. So PCA with a stolen bag, and now Cubs need a big hit with runners in scoring position here in the 8th.
Let's see if Dansby can deliver. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Pajes. Crow Armstrong stays at second, 2-1 the count on Swanson.
Now don't be surprised at all if they don't pay attention to PCA. That last pitch, they did not really pay attention to him. If he gets another running lead, he'll take off for third base. It would not surprise me.
For every stolen base this season, a Turo tire will make a donation to Keeping Families Covered. PCA dancing off the bag. The pitch to Swanson. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded cleanly by the second baseman Gorman. His throw to first in time. 1 down, but advancing to third base, Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now that's good, sound baseball from the Cubs. You get the base hit from Busch. Pinch runner Pete Crow Armstrong steals second right away. And then it gives Dansby his whole at bat to get him to third at least, or drive him in. And he shoots one the other way. Now Cubs need to pay this off. Infield in against the Maya.
And Miguel looks at a strike on the outside corner from Ryan Fernandez. 0-1 the count. Willie Harris, the Cubs third base coach, having a brief conversation with Crow Armstrong, who's at third base. Now the pitch. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike with Amaya at the plate.
Pete Crow Armstrong with a very big lead at third base. And the reason for that, in foul territory, but he's going to be going on contact. So on the swing, he's going to be coming down the line.
Amaya waits for the 1-1. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Lunged at a slider out of the zone, 1-2. Mike Tauchman on deck. Infield remains in for St. Louis. Cardinals with a 1-0 lead, 1 away, bottom 8. Crow Armstrong at third base. A long set, and the 1-2. Just outside, 2-2. Man, that was close.
Barry flinched. The home plate umpire started up like he was going to call him out, and then didn't raise the right arm.
So here we go again. The 2-2 delivery. Amaya fouls it back out of play.
Might have the catch of the game right back here down below it.
Did you see it?
I did not, but I heard it.
Yeah. The 2-2 delivery. Amaya hits one up the middle. It's backhanded by Gorman, the second baseman. Throw home in time to get a sliding Crow Armstrong. 2 away.
Now this ball hit on 2 hops. Gorman goes to his backhand side. This ball bounces right over Fernandez's head. Gorman with a nice backhand play and comes up and throws an absolute strike to home plate to get the very speedy Pete Crow Armstrong. Excellent defensive play by the Cardinals infield.
So Amaya reaches on the fielder's choice, and Crow Armstrong out at home 4-2, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol is going to make a pitching change. Ryan Fernandez will leave with Mike Talkman due up. Pitching changes by Cubs opponents are sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. 1-0 St. Louis with a man at first and 2 away here in the 8th. On the score, and the Cubs.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Brett Rooker joining the show in studio. We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here?
That's 95 at the very top, and I at least foul it off. So I know I can cover it. If I make that same move and have that same mindset, I can cover the fastball at the top. And if I can cover that fastball at the top and at least foul it off with 2 strikes, then I know I'm on the rest of the pitches. And I know I've got time to adjust to it. Can we get a side view? One of the side views back up? And I think God, he's going to work here.
I know, he's definitely ready.
Here he comes.
He's ready, man.
Anticipation to see what.
Oh, goodness! That ball had a family! In game 2, his first home run. A 2-run bomb.
John, that wasn't just a home run. That ball almost exited the ballpark.
The hardest hit ball by a Red this year. It brought everyone to their feet.
Now it's time for Eyes on the Ball Player. Can you find C.J. Abrams in this photo of Nationals fans?
And Abrams gets hold of one. See you later.
You want to know about true speed? Long strider. So now since he's gone to the leadoff spot, this is 6 games with 2 for 4 today.
That's an excellent play by Seiya.
The new man on the mound is left-hander Jojo Romero for St. Louis. So the Cubs send up Patrick Wisdom to pinch hit. 2 away, bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs have a man at first base in Miguel Amaya. Now, time call. We have a PitchCom device issue.
Cubs need a big swing of the bat. That's, it was a tough, it's a great play by St. Louis. They just made a really good play to throw Pete Crow Armstrong out at the plate. It's, Amaya puts the ball in play with 2 strikes, which you want him to do.
And you're going on contact, right?
We're going on contact. Pete Crow Armstrong does his job getting down the line. Just a great play by the Cardinals. There's nothing you can do. Gorman made an all-star caliber play to get Pete Crow Armstrong out at the plate.
So let's see if Patrick Wisdom can change the game against the team that drafted him. Pitch inside for a ball from Romero. 1-0 the count. Wisdom as a pinch hitter has been dynamic in his career. 5 pinch hit home runs for Wisdom. The pitch. Outside, 2-0.
Wrigley Field would absolutely erupt if Wisdom were to hit one into the left field bleachers.
Wisdom digs in. The pitch. Low and outside, 3-0.
Cut him loose. I think you go ahead and swing. You get a pitch, middle of the plate, inner half, go ahead and look to reach the seats. Winn slowing down slightly, not as strong as it was.
The pitch is hit high in the air, deep left field. Going back, Donovan at the track near the wall, and the wind knocks it down. And Donovan makes the catch right along the wall, angling toward the corner. for out number 3. Man, oh man, Wisdom gave that one a ride. But the Cubs leave empty-handed. After 8, it's St. Louis 1 and the Cubs nothing on the Score and the Cubs Radio Network.
Smash to right center. First big league hit, and here he goes. Lightning speed. De La Cruz up to second. A stand-up double. That was 112 off the bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. This kid is electric. First career double, first career base hit.
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Ref Snyder back. He's going to wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez.
Brett Rooker joining the show in studio. We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here? That's 95 at the very top, and I at least foul it off.
Genesis is meticulously designed and crafted for luxury. Visit genesisofalgonquin.com.
Top of the 9th at Wrigley Field. The Cardinals with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman in for Pat today. Right-hander Colton Brewer is the new pitcher for the Cubs. 8 games this season, a 2.84 ERA. Pete Crow Armstrong remains in the game. He's out in center field now. Patrick Wisdom is the new first baseman. And the first pitch to Nolan Arenado is a called strike on the inside corner, 0-1. A fastball at 95 miles per hour.
Looking down at Patrick Wisdom, he's still looking out at left field. He just can't believe that ball stayed in the ballpark, and neither can I. He hit that ball a ton, and it went way up in the air, and the wind kind of parachuted that ball and just kept making it climb, and it stayed in the park right in front of the ivy down the line.
Arenado takes a strike on the outside corner. The count now 1-2. Cubs have had 2 near misses. Wisdom shot to left, and Bellinger almost homered to right, but that fell short. Caught at the wall by Burleson back in the 6th inning. 2-2 the count with Arenado at the plate. Brewer leans in, shakes off the sign from Amaya. Now they agree. Here's the pitch. Looped in a left center field for a base hit. Ball quickly retrieved by Crow Armstrong. Arenado digging for second. The throw is not in time. It's loose along the infield and quickly retrieved by Wisdom. Arenado a leadoff double here in the top of the 9th.
Been interesting to see what would happen if Pete Crow Armstrong fields this ball cleanly in left center. He bobbles this ball as he goes to pick it up, and he's ready to turn and get his left foot planted and fire, and drops the ball. Arenado hustling all the way. He was going for 2. This was a good pitch by Brewer down and away, and Arenado just reached out and got the barrel to it.
Here's Nolan Gorman. The pitch. In there for strike, 0-1. Fastball at 95 mph from Colton Brewer. No one out here in the top of the 9th. Arenado at second. The 0-1. Gorman takes a strike on the outer half. 0-2. Another fastball from Brewer.
Now Brewer trying to stay. He knows what Gorman wants to do. Gorman wants to hook a ground ball to the right side. Minimum. That way you get Arenado to third in playing for 1 run. Brewer has made 2 very good pitches in the outside corner for strikes.
Brewer puts the ball in the glove, sets at the belt, looks at second, and deals. A swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets Gorman with the curveball, 1 away.
What great sequence of pitches. That is outstanding. 2 fastballs on the outside corner, and then you break off a hook inside. And Gorman was not looking for that at all. He was expecting something down and away and got the curve down and in and swung over the top.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are sponsored by our Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Ivan Herrera looks at a slider for a strike, 0-1. 1 down, top 9. St. Louis a 1-0 lead. Arenado at second base. Herrera the designated hitter. Waits for the 0-1 delivery. He swings and misses. And a pitch in the dirt, 0-2. Cubs will have Morel, Bellinger, and Suzuki due up in the bottom of the 9th. Here's the 0-2. Way outside, 1-2. Herrera is 0 for 2 today with a walk. And now the pitch. Looped into shallow right field. It's off the glove of Horner. Around third and coming home to score is Arenado. A stand-up RBI double for Ivan Herrera. It was looped into shallow right field. Suzuki was racing in. Horner was going back. And it was just off the glove and rolled all the way along the line. And St. Louis takes a 2-0 lead.
Tough play for Nico, that's for sure. He's got to go a long way. It hits the tip of his glove. I don't think, if Arenado touched the third base bag, barely. He goes around third, and he's not looking at the bag. I do not think he touched third base. If he did.
Around third, he's coming home. Here comes the throw by Ian Happ. It is cut off, throw to second base, and they nail Carlson trying to take second, but a nothing St. Louis as Herrera scores on the RBI single by Dylan Carlson. And we'll see if the Cardinals elect to challenge the play at second. They do not. So mark that one down. 7-5-4 after the RBI single by Carlson.
It's a very nice play by Morel as he cuts this throw off. It's offline. Morel has to go way in towards the infield. He cuts this ball and throws it to Nico at second on the run and makes a perfect throw to second base. And Nico, I know, got banged up on that tag. He might have got spiked by Carlson.
Brendan Donovan at the plate looks at a strike from Brewer, 1-1.
Nico, we know, with the slight fracture in that left hand, and that's the hand that he goes down to tag with, right? It's his left hand, is that right, or the right hand?
Right hand.
Right hand. So maybe that wasn't part of it because he tagged, obviously, with the left hand with the glove. But he got whacked pretty good, I know that, with the hard slide in the second base.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. That's low to Donovan. 2-2. 2 away here in the 9th. Cardinals have scored 2 huge insurance runs. They're up 3-0. Donovan waits for the 2-2 delivery. Brewer deals. That's low again. So full count. Crowd quiet here at Wrigley Field. But the Cubs will have the heart of the lineup due up in the bottom of the 9th with Morel, Bellinger, and Suzuki. The pitch, a one-hopper off the glove of a diving Horner in a right field for a base hit. So Donovan reaches on a 2-out single.
Well, not a lot of offense in this ball game all the way up here until the 8th and the 9th inning, and St. Louis putting together a string of hits. 4 hits in this inning, and they've driven in 2 runs, and that's with the home run that happened last inning. So all of a sudden, St. Louis now with 9 hits in the ballgame.
Pedro Pages is the man who hit that home run as St. Louis struck first in the 8th. And Pages is due up right now, but time call. Pitching coach Tommy Hotovy on the mound talking to the right-hander Brewer as well as catcher Miguel Amaya. Donovan is at first base, 2 away, top 9, 3-0 St. Louis.
The difference in the ball game really is Pages hits the home run to straight left field, right over Ian's head, and it's not at the well. And then Wisdom's ball that he hits is in the well, which has to go another 15, 20 feet, and it's caught right in front of the ivy.
Throw to first, diving back in safely, Donovan.
And they say baseball isn't a game of inches. 2 balls this inning. It hit the tip of Nico's glove as he's laying out to make a play.
Pages fouls one back, 0-1. Cubs came inches away in the bottom of the 8th inning on the long fly out by Wisdom to taking the lead. And now they're down by 3. Pitch just outside. Brewer misses with a fastball, 1-1. Ryan Helsley warming up in the St. Louis bullpen. The pitch. Pages swings and misses at a fastball, 1-2.
And the hardest working player of the game today, sponsored by Bosch Power Tools. What hard workers deserve. That will be Kyle Hendricks. How about this? 4 1/3, only 2 hits. He had a punch out, but 4 1/3 of shutout baseball coming out of the pen in that second for Jordan Wicks, who ended up getting hurt in the second inning with an oblique strain. Hopefully he will be okay.
Pages fouls one away. Off to the right. 1-2 the count. RBIs by Cubs batters are sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Donovan's at first, 2 away, top 9. 1-2 the count on Pages. Brewer deals, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Got him with a curveball. But St. Louis adding some valuable insurance. 2 runs here in the top of the 9th. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead as we head to the...
There's a ball driven in deep left field, up and gone to the home run court. Jose Ramirez, home run number 7. There's another long fly ball. Deep center field, and gone to Souvenir City. Career home run number 200 for Jose. Right field, Rex Snyder back. He's gonna wave goodbye. It's the first 3-homer game in the career of Jose Ramirez. Left field. McCormick back. It's over his head. The Guardians walk it off.
Down restaurants, 3,000 slot machines, table games, sports betting, and more. Light up your senses at Potawatomi. Explore more at paysbig.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Bottom of the 9th, Cubs down by 3. Ryan Helsley Now in for St. Louis to try and close the door. He's got 22 saves this season. Christopher Morel at the plate. First pitch, almost hit him. He spins out of the way of a 95-mile-per-hour heater. 1-0.
Yeah, Helsley, very good arm. He's got the big fastball in the high 90s.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. A slider, 1-1. Morel's 0 for 3. Helsley with 22 saves and 23 chances this season. Morel waits for the 1-1. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Another slider, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The one thing, Helsley's done a very good job of saving the games that he's been in to save. As you said, 22 of 23, that's outstanding. But his ERA is not great. It's 2.7, so he has been giving up some runs.
Bounced foul off to the left by Morel. Another slider from Helsley, 1-2. Cody Bellinger on deck to be followed by Seiya Suzuki. The opener of a 3-game weekend set between the Cubs and Cardinals here at Wrigley Field. Helsley works on the extreme first base side of the rubber. The right-hander deals. Called strike 3. Morel frozen by a fastball on the outside corner, 1 away.
After a bunch of sliders and they go fastball away, this pitch is off the plate, but only off the plate by just slightly. It just misses the corner. But for Scott Barry, he calls it strike 3. Morel not happy with it. I can understand it. Borderline pitch.
So here's Cody Bellinger. Helsley deals. Bellinger swings, and it's a high fly ball to right. It is playable for Carlson. Fighting the sun, angling toward the line. He makes the catch. 2 away. Cubs hoping the at our best moment of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine, comes right now when things are at their worst. We're at our best. So here's Seiya Suzuki with 2 away in the bottom of the 9th, and the Cubs down by 3. Seiya's 0 for 3 this afternoon. Helsley deals. Pitch is in the dirt, 1-0. The toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Binny's is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Binny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking. A pitch clock violation has been called on the pitcher. Excuse me, has it been called on Suzuki? No, the pitcher, right? So,
yeah, it's on Helsley, yep.
1-1 the count. No, they say it. Yes, 1-1 the count. Helsley gets called on the violation. That pitch clock violation is powered by Work Zone Safety. Make sure you follow Work Zone signs. It's not a game. The 2-0 is outside. 3-0 the count. That's what confused me, is that they put a strike on the board.
Don't worry, the whole ballpark was confused. I just saw the umpire point at the pitcher and then gave the count of 1-1. So he threw everybody a curveball.
Suzuki takes a called strike on the outside corner. It'd be so much easier if
just tell you what's going on.
Turn on the mic and just say.
That would be too easy, right?
Here's the 3-1. Inside. Suzuki has to back out of the plate. He loses the bat. It goes flying. It's ball 4. And the Cubs are still alive as Suzuki heads to first.
Little fastball inside to Seiya. And he gets out of there in a hurry with a little bat toss. And Cubs need one more of those. One more walk, one more something to get on base and bring that tying run to the plate.
So here's Ian Happ with Suzuki at first. Cubs down 3-0, 2 away. First pitch up high to Happ, 1-0. Walks by opposing pitchers are sponsored by North Shore Adult Diapers. Reassuringly strong protection for even the heaviest control problems. Visit northshore.com. Cubs with just 3 hits this afternoon. A single by Talkman, a single by Amaya, and a single by Michael Bush. Suzuki at first with 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Cardinals with a 3-0 lead. Happ at the plate with a 1-0 count. Suzuki goes. The pitch up high. 2-0 as Suzuki takes second. Defensive indifference. The pitch. That's up high to Happ. 3-0 as Helsley misses with a 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Now you got to be taking here. You know, you're just trying to get on base. Boy, what a move this would be if he walks 2 guys in a row to bring the tying run to the plate.
The 3-0 is a called strike on the outside corner. Happ doesn't like it.
And that pitch wasn't a strike. That's that kind of auto 3-0 call by an umpire. And this pitch is off the plate. This is not a strike.
Suzuki at second, 2 away. The 3-1 to Happ. Called strike. A slider that spins into the zone.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw that right down the middle, and he did.
So 3-2 the count. Cubs down to their last strike. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. And now the Cubs will bring the tying run to the plate in Nico Hoerner.
Now good at bat for Ian. That last pitch, borderline, could have went either way. It was up and out of the zone. Probably a baseball out of the zone high on the outside corner. And, boy, you talk about how things can change. A strikeout by Morel, a fly out on the first pitch, and then 2 straight walks to bring the tying run to the plate now. Wow.
Pitching coach Dusty Blake on the mound, having a conversation with the entire Cardinals infield, as well as the reliever Ryan Helsley and catcher Pedro Pajes. A reminder that doubles by Cubs batters are sponsored by Traffic Tech. Double up your business with Traffic Tech, the hardest working team in transport. 3-0 St. Louis with 2 on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning at Wrigley. Nico Hoerner at the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk, right-handed batter. The pitch by Helsley is in there for a strike, 0-1. Blazing fastball at 98 miles per hour. Suzuki at second, Happ at first. Hoerner at the plate. Here's the 0-1. Check swing by Nico. That's a strike. 0-2. Slider in the dirt.
Nico asking if he asked. Scott Berry did not. Nico not real happy about that, but I've not seen a replay. Nico does have 2 home runs on the season. Wind blowing in hard from left field.
Hoerner waits for the 0-2. Now time called by Nico. He adjusts his batting gloves, taps home plate with his tan bat, and gets in his stance. Stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch. Cubs down to their last strike. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider. And St. Louis wins. The Cardinals take game 1 of this 3-game set, beating the Cubs 3-0.
Now, a tough ball game for the Cubs. Cubs with 3 hits in the game, did not score a run. And, you know, it's just one of those days. A couple balls Cubs hit could have easily left the yard. 2, one by Bellinger and absolutely one by Wisdom. And, you know, just a frustrating ball game for the Chicago Cubs.
So who is the Binny's Beverage Depot toast of the game ball player today?
That'll be Kyle Hendricks, no doubt. 4 1/3. He pitched great baseball coming in after Jordan Wicks got hurt and had that oblique issue. Hopefully he will be okay. But Kyle came in and really did a nice job throwing today.
4 1/3 scoreless innings of baseball out of the pen. He retired 11 in a row at one point. But the Cardinals win it. They beat the Cubs 3-0. Back with a recap next on The Score and the Cubs.
Every Cubs game all season long right here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
With the enhanced engine performance